Hello and welcome to my new FNaF Theory. Today's video is all about the murders and the murderer himself. Also, I will prove that there are two purple guys and one of them is innocent. So we have the pink guy and the purple guy. You will see the proof later in the video. Let's begin. First of all, we have to look at all the minigames in which we can see children getting killed. The first one is the take cake to the children minigame. A child gets killed by the person that we call the pink guy. The second one is the Foxy minigame. We see pink guy once again, but this time he has killed 5 children. So we know already for sure that the pink guy is a murderer. The give gifts give life minigame shows the same bodies. There is no murder happening here. But we have one other minigame with dead kids. The save them minigame from FNaF 2. We don't see the murder itself, but we do see the dead bodies of the children. And we can also see the purple guy. At the first look, this is a problem for my theory, because I say that he's innocent. But I have the proof that the pink guy murdered these kids as well, even though he can't be seen in the minigame. We have two main sources of information about the murders. The first one is the minigames. The second one is the newspaper articles from the East Hall corner in FNaF 1. These 4 articles are extremely important for this theory. Let's go through all of them. Please do not skip this part because it's, as I mentioned before, very important for the theory. You won't understand it otherwise. But if you are really sure what these clippings say, you can skip to the timestamp showed on the screen right now. So, the first article is called "Kids Vanish at Local Pizzeria, Bodies Not Found." 2 local children were reportedly lured into a back room during the late hours of operation at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza on the night of June 26. While video surveillance identified the man responsible and led to his capture the following morning, the children themselves were never found and are presumed dead. Police think that the suspect dressed as a company mascot to earn the children's trust. Keep everything in mind, it's important. Here's the second one. 5 children now reported missing, suspect convicted. 5 children are now linked to the incident at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, where a man dressed as a cartoon mascot lured them into a back room. While the suspect has been charged, the bodies themselves were never found. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza has been fighting an uphill battle ever since to convince families to return to the pizzeria. It's a tragedy. Still got everything? Good. Let's carry on with the third one. Local pizzeria threatened with shutdown over sanitation. Local pizzeria Freddy Fazbear's Pizza has been threatened again with shutdown by the health department over reports of foul odor coming from the much-loved animal mascots. Police were contacted when parents reportedly noticed what appeared to be blood and mucus around the eyes and mouths of the mascots. One parent likened them to reanimated carcasses. These 3 articles are by far the most important pieces to prove the purple guy's innocence. There is still one article left, but I will explain that one later. The first thing we have to figure out is what murders these articles are about. The one in the first Freddy's restaurant or the one in 1987? It's 1987. Why? Because the murderer used a mascot suit to kill the children. In the first Freddy's, Pink Guy tampered with Foxy to kill the kids. And Phone Guy says on night 6 in FNaF 2 that someone used one of the suits, a yellow one. And this call was made during the time of the murders in 1987. If you want to hear more about that, I recommend watching my last video. Because it's 1987, it's possible that Pink Guy is the murderer, but we can't be sure about that yet. So what's the proof? We know that the murderer got captured and convicted, and for child murder, you will never get out of jail in your entire life. And that fits in with the timeline. We never see Pink Guy again, but we do see Purple Guy again. That's the reason why Pink Guy has to be the murderer. And that's also the proof that the pink guy and the purple guy are different characters, because the murderer got convicted. There's one article left. It's called "Local Pizzeria Set to Close by Year's End." After a long struggle to stay in business after the tragedy that took place there many years ago, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza has announced that it will close by year's end. Despite a year-long search for a buyer, companies seem unwilling to be associated with the company. These characters will live on. In the hearts of the kids, these characters will live on. See you. The reason why I'm presenting you this article separately from the others is that this one was written years after the others. We know that the other ones were written in the summer of 1987. This article is telling us that Freddy Fazbear's is closing its doors forever. This could be referring to the FNaF 2 pizzeria, but there are two big reasons why the FNaF 1 pizzeria is more likely. First, it says that Fazbear Entertainment wants to sell the brand. This doesn't match the newspaper that we can see in the end of FNaF 2. Second, it says the tragedy that took place there many years ago. Since FNaF 1 is set in November 1993 and another article from 1987 also uses the word tragedy, I'm convinced that this article is set in 1993. So yeah, I hope you now have a good overview over the murders. As always, I would really like to discuss with you about this theory in the comments, so feel free to write one. If you want to see more videos like this one, I recommend subscribing because I only make FNaF videos on this channel. That's all I have to say, thanks for watching, goodbye.